Hey guys, Kickassreaction here, and today we are here to do episodes 175 through to 178 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. We're at the penultimate set of GX today, guys. This is going to be very interesting, you know? We are at the final boss now, the final villain for this overarching franchise and series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Darkness. I don't really know how we're gonna win, because, you know, Darkness does not play on the rules of typical Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you lose a card game and you are out, you are done, you know? He's done nothing but lose almost every game, you know, at this point to Judai, and there aren't any cut and dry solutions here, so I don't know what we're gonna do. Even the ability to reverse time on a game already lost, like, and stealing the win from Atticus, that is some bullshit, you know. And to be fair, you know, last time as well, the final boss, Yami Bakura Zork, wasn't actually beaten by a card game either. A very different kind of game, but they kept a lot of the card game itself out of Dawn of the Duel, really, actually quite surprisingly. So I don't know if we're going to pull some weird shenanigans here. It doesn't seem like there's going to be anything outside of a classic game of Yu-Gi-Oh! To actually end this confrontation off, but I don't really know, you know. Johan's here. We've got Johan, so presumably him and Judai are going to tag team Darkness. I don't know if we're going to go that far. Again, I don't really know what to do with that, because the last 2v1 was interrupted, obviously, with Yubel and the Rainbow Dragon thing, but will we really end off the final battle of the final villain with a tag match? I'd be up for it, honestly. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I don't know if it fits the narrative Yu-Gi-Oh! Especially GX tries to go for, so yeah, we've confined this entirely to just Johan, Judai, Darkness, like, that's it. The whole island and the whole fucking Domino City's gone at this point, so it's just them. And I'm really curious to see what's going to come of this. I don't doubt that we will end this conflict off right here by the time we reach 178, and then we'll have the long-awaited graduation for the final 2 episodes of GX entirely. But yeah, we're at that point now where we're going to end the final battle off. So guys, I'm excited. Let's do it. Alright guys, 175. That's a big number. Let's do it. Become one with the collective of darkness. I love how it's just like that's just a get-up that Darkness kind of likes to have, right? Like the coat, everything, like it's part of Darkness has got a fashion sense, okay? And that's what it loves. Oh my god, this guy. I damn near forgot about you, actually. Judai hasn't played him at all since that one match. Can you really save someone who willingly did this and wasn't under any kind of influence that really wanted this in the first place, you know? Is there any way of saving someone like that? A battle royale. Wait, whoa, hang on. 1v1v1? Johan vs Judai vs Fujiwara? Why would they be fighting? What? What is this? This ain't no battle royale, it's a fucking 2v1! We've had quite a few of those actually in the anime. Master. Well, I think you just had, you know, late stage depression, man. Maybe that was your motive here. Do you ever think about it like that? Could be simple. Man, this is where I really wish that, like, Judai had a Yubel deck, right? And we could have got, like, Gem Beasts teaming up with Sacred Beasts. Like Rainbow Dragon and the Sacred Beast together. That could have been sick. That could have been fucking based as hell. But we didn't even answer what happened to Yubel's cards. Nor what happened to Yubel, really. Yeah, at least they got a showing of this deck before this point. I would feel very uncomfortable with the amount of Mr. T's just at my side. Holy crap, how long has it been since Wild Tart made an appearance? Damn, he feels like a classic now. The one that wasn't even, like, concluded. Yeah. Ironically, technically fighting Judai now since Yubel's a part of him. Where are the Sacred Beast cards, man? I want to see Judai controlling those things, you know? If Atem can command the God cards, why can't Judai now command the Sacred Beasts? Oh god, it's like this weird rotation bullshit. Did you stack that hand? Be honest. Playing the same fucking cards as the last match. Oh man. At least you've got a lot of different ones, to be fair. Today that would be a beneficial effect. You look so bored there. It looks like he doesn't even want to be here. Oh no, Wildheart looks like he's off his game today. Duh. Oof. You know, honestly, most of the time that actually helps him. And it's always Neos! It is always fucking Neos! Bubble Man's a bit unfortunate though, because of the with part of Greed gone now, you know, that would have been useful with its draw 2 effect. Nice. Nice, 2K each. Damn. That's a first for this. They work well together. Why is the title 1v1v1 when it's 2v1? Like, what would they ever do to fucking go against each other in this match? Unless they beat you first. Then they can have a 1v1. Is there any benefit to any like attribute? Nice. Yeah, this is a tricky combo. You're actually gonna struggle quite a bit here. This is far beyond Atticus, man. Like Darkness, you never even beaten Judai 1v1. What the fuck are you gonna do with him tag teaming you?
ユベルの力を持つ有機10代に資格はない。ならば。
なんだよ。何見てんだよ。
お前の真実を。ヨハン、気をつけろ。こいつは俺たちの心を読む力を持っている。
ああ、わかってる。
そうだろう。抗うことはできまい。これはお前の意志。
His monsters can't help him at all.
同時にお前も俺の目からダークネスの世界を覗いているのだ。
So what triggers Johan deep down? Is it his closeted feelings for Judai?
しっかりしろ、ヨハン。これがヨハンの無意識の世界。
Yes! The Rainbow Dragon protects him too. They all protect him. That is crazy. Damn.
そうか、こいつらの向こうにヨハンの意識が。こいつらがいる限り、あの光に。
Oh, you poor man! You've got one ability and you can't use it.
これはまるで日食。見つけたぞ、お前の闇を。そうだよ。
Whoa!
それは有機10代。
Say what? Was I right? What the fuck? What are we doing here?
お前は有機10代とよく似ている。それゆえに。お前たち二人の力が合わさった時、奇跡にも似た力を発揮することができた。だが似ていれば似ているほど、その存在を否定したくなるのは当然。いつしかお前の心に10代との決着を望む心が芽生えた。
Really?
太陽を喰らおうとする月のように。
I mean, he went to another dimension to save you, Johan. Could we not do this right now?
俺はヨハンの心に語りかけているのだ。お前こそ真実に耳を塞ぐな。ヨハン。
俺は
ヨハン、お前の望みを俺は叶えてあげられる。俺がこの戦いをなぜ三つどもえにしたかわかるか。ヨハン、お前に勝たせてあげられるからだ。10代。
Really? We're doing this now. He's gotta beat both of them.
そうだ。10代を倒すのは俺じゃない。
Because he can't. Because he knows if you two are together, he'll get clapped.
戦っていいんだよ。10代に勝て、倒せ、食らいつけ。
俺は10代に勝ちたい。
ヨハ
ン。Oh, great. What do your beast cards think about that?
俺のターン、ドロー。
Do you not understand the immense danger we're in?
アメジストキャットは攻撃力を半分にしてダイレクトアタックをすることができる。アメジストキャット、やつに10代にダイレクトアタック。
ヨハン。
That fucking cat.
ヨハン、どうしてお前が。心に一点の影もないものなどいない。その影にやがて不安と恐れがつけ入る。
That is true. That is unavoidable for the most part.
やがてゼロを求め始める。戦いから降りることを欲する。お前らの仲間たちのように。
俺は負けたくない。
Man,
こいつも
fuck
例外で
you.
はなかったようだな。お前に勝つことを望んではいても。闇に影に不安がすくい、絶望がまとわりつく。
10代に。
人はね、
That's
し
a
ょう
lie.
がないんだよ。考えることをやめられない生き物だから。
It's become more like a, yeah, it's like a 2v1 against you now, man.
10代、ヨハンを楽にしてあげたらどうだ。
俺は。
ヨハン。
Come on, man, do something.
リバースカードオープン。
Beast cards, do your thing.
俺がバトルダメージを受けた時、受けたダメージを2倍にして相手に与える。
Man, why aren't you playing that all the time? What is that face?
そうだろう。俺との戦いにもはやヨハン
That's an
は足手まと
incredibly powerful card, man. They should be playing that 24/7.
リバースカードオープン。ダメージキャプチャー。ダメージを受けた時に発動する俺の場のモンスター1体にターン終了時まで受けたダメージの数値分
Oh, wow.
攻撃力を
Oh
加え
my
る。
god, that is crazy.
俺は負けない。負けたくない。バトルだ。サファイアペガサスで。
Well, could you beat the villain first? Just because you want to beat him doesn't mean we're not still in a three-way match here, guys. What the hell?
ファイアペガサスでクリアレイジゴーレムを攻撃する。
Was that all an... Were they acting that whole time? What the fuck?
芝居を。
いや違うんだな。
Oh,
本当に俺は10代に勝ちたいんだ。
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
デュエリストな。
That's not gonna happen, you know. Main character and all that bullshit, you know.
負ければ悔しいし、こいつめと思うこともある。でもそれが面白いんじゃねえか。
ああ、そのワクワクを影というなら、闇というなら
Damn.
それで
They
もいい。
played you. They fooled the concept of darkness itself.
なお戦うことを降りない。だがお前は戦いから降りたんだよ。ダークネスの世界なんか関係ない。お前はサレンダーしたんだ。デュエルから、世界から、そしてお前自身から逃げたんだ。
行け。サファイアトルネード。
Like I'm saying, there's like no redemption for this guy at all. He did this all of his own accord.
永続魔法クリアウォールの効果発動。自分の場のクリアと名の付く攻撃表示モンスターの戦闘での破壊を無効にし、プレイヤーへの1000ポイントまでの戦闘ダメージをゼロにする。
が戦闘ダメージは1000以上。
1000以上の戦闘ダメージが発生する場合はこのカードを破壊
What?
してそのダメージをゼロにする。俺たちのコンボのおかげでこのカードをどうにか破壊まで持っていくことができた。
I guess that is fair, yeah. There's very little way that Darkness can actually win this match, so... I mean, we got 4 episodes in this set, you know?
このエンドフェイス
Like,
クリアワールドの効果に
I
よ
don't
り
think we should end with the main villain getting beaten that easily,
破
but
壊される。
you never know. Oh,
だが
bye.
宝玉銃は宝玉のかけらとなり、マジックトラップゾーンに置かれる。
Yeah, they kind of benefit from being destroyed, honestly.
水属性よって手札を1枚捨ててもらおう。
His only card.
タ
Oh,
ーンエンドだ。
we're not gonna show it?
俺のターン。
That's a bit weird.
クレイマンを守備表示から攻撃表示に変更。
リバースカードオープン。サファイアリバイブ。俺の場にサファイアペガサスがいる場合発動できる。相手の墓地に存在するモンスター1体を相手の場に特殊召喚する。
Okay.
そしてそのモンスターと同じ守備力の宝玉銃1体を特殊召喚する。10代受け取れ。
Because it's a 1v1v1 technically, they get to benefit each other from that.
そうだ。確かに俺は10代に勝ちたい。
Oh, you're never playing again.
この戦
Not
いの
even
目
close.
的はお前を倒すことにある。10代から受けた大きな借りを返すためにも。
We're gonna get Rainbow Neos for one final
この
time.
戦いを10代のために捧げる。
俺はバーストレディと手札のフェザーマンを融合。フレイムウィングマンを召喚。
It's the classic. It has to be the Flame Wing Man. It has to be.
フレイムウィングマンは風属性。クリアワールドの効果でマジックカードは使えない。
Eh.
だがそんなことは関係ない。フレイムウィングマンは突き進む。クリアレイジゴーレムを攻
And
撃。
it's got a based effect. Although, yeah, for Jaden's deck, crippling is his magic cards is pretty high of a cost. I love that. It always just walks right up to the opponent and blasts it point blank. I love the wingman effect. It is peak as fuck. Rip. Oh, the gameness is off the chart. Holy crap. What is this nonsense? It just doesn't feel like he's in their league. It genuinely just doesn't feel like he has any chance of beating them. This isn't like Darts versus Yuki and Kaiba. They're fucking they're massacring this guy. The world of infinity sounds hot.
俺のターンドローマジックカードクリアサクリファイスを発動クリアと名の付くモンスターの生贄召喚に必要な数墓地に眠るクリアと名の付くモンスターをゲームから除外し生贄なしでそのモンスターを通常召喚できる生贄なしで上級モンスターを墓地のクリアファントムとクリアレイジゴーレムをゲームから除外して召喚
A dragon, of course. Well, let's see it then. The thing that Atticus did beat, but also didn't at the same time. Insane numbers, just absurdity, really.
Judai!
No. Ah, really? We're gonna cuck us like that? Damn. I couldn't imagine watching a series like Yu-Gi-Oh! When it, like, airs weekly, right? Because this would get infuriating. Like, you wait a whole week, you know, to get half of a match, and then you gotta wait an additional week. Hopefully you make it on time to, you know, get the end of a battle. I'm very fortunate we're long past those days of, you know, TV broadcasting where everything is just fucking, you know, a pain to watch, basically, you know. No guarantees of when episodes you liked before are gonna come back, you know, so you gotta wait potentially years to find them on some cheap piracy site. Anyway, I'm glad we're well beyond that point now, but, yeah, like, you know, like, this monster's pretty cool, but it just doesn't feel like they're in, like, it doesn't feel like Darkness with Fujiwara is in, like, Johan and Judai's league. It just doesn't. They are fucking killing this guy, and, you know, to be fair, this monster's pretty tough. You know, that's one thing, but, like, I don't think, like, they're gonna lose this one with much difficulty, you know? It was I do like the bait and switch title of there being, you know, of it being, you know, oh, they're playing their games, you know, because, yeah, they do want to duel each other, so they're using each other's damage to power up the other one. That's pretty cool. They should be playing those cards all the time, honestly. But that was a pretty good hit on Darkness right there. That was a nice bait and switch for the episode, and, you know, we don't do the whole, like, double team but sharing a field thing anymore with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think we've ever done that in GX, where, like, two in a tag match, or even just a 1v1v1, opponents actually share a field anymore. So that's a concept I think that's just gone at this point. But it is cool to see how they can use that to their advantage with cards that technically count as the opponent, but you know, that they are each other's opponent technically, so they can just they can use the maximum benefit of their cards, which is really cool to see. But yeah, this is really fun. This is really cool to see. I am liking this. Like I said, we do have one more episode to go in this match, so you know, probably gonna get some trouble out of this because this monster's effect is bollocks. Oh my god! But we're gonna see what's going on. You know, I am liking this, of course. Presumably, you know, Rainbow Neos or some crap is going to win this match, so we'll see what comes of this. We've already seen the combined efforts of both Judai and Johan's decks together anyway, so we'll see what's going to come of this for sure. But yeah, guys, episode 176, we're in this for the long haul. Let's see. What do we got?
クリアと名の付くモンスターは属性がなくなる。そしてこのモンスターが攻撃するとき、その攻撃力は戦闘する相手モンスターの攻撃力の2倍となる。クリアバイスドラゴンでフレームウィングマンを攻撃。ストリーム
What do you got? Please mirror force him. Mirror force him. Oh, you bitch. That would have been the best end ever.
装備モンスターがバトルで破壊されるとき、このカードを身代わりにモンスターの破壊を無効にする。
Bro, if you just played mirror force there, that would have been the greatest end. Oh, you even take damage as well. Like, bro, that would have been the ultimate troll ending, really. I would have been very happy with that. Okay. Did we even question Rainbow Neos coming back? They know it. We know it. I wish we got to see more of Rainbow Dragon itself, but of course that fucking card comes back. Oh wow. 2 spells. Huh. Yeah, I'm not risking attacking that thing.
10代がやられた分倍返しするぜ。
何が絆だ。何が思いだ。そんなものは道端に捨てられたゴミと同じ。いずれ忘れ去られるんだよ。
Well, that's just rude. Oh, what is your backstory to justify all of this?
そんなゴミが大事だというのならいいよ。持っていろよ。大事にさ。
Nothing you went through, bro, is going to actually, you know, make up for the shit you've been pulling.
クリアバイスドラゴンが守備表示のこのタイミングで、しかも守備力は0。行くぜ。クリアバイスドラゴンをコバルトイーグルで攻撃。任せろ。よし。コバルトウィング。おっしゃー。コバルトイーグル。体が勝手に。
Oh, you can control monsters? Oh, it was bait.
グラビティを発動した。その効果により攻撃表示モンスターは相手の場に同じ属性のモンスターがいる場合、そのモンスターを攻撃しなければならない。
なんだって。
Of course.
ヨハンから見れば
Shenanigans.
俺の場は相手フィールド。そしてフレームウィングマンはコバルトイーグルと同じ風属性。互いに戦い勝ちたいと言ったな。願いを叶えてやる。
We didn't mean right now. Scorch that bird. I like chicken. I know it's not chicken, but you get the point.
まだだ。サファイアペガサスも風属性。
Oh my god, they all have to attack?
サファイアペガサス。
Why is Wingman's effect not going
リバ
off?
ースカードオープン。レアバリュー。自分のマジックトラップゾーンに宝玉が2つ以上存在するときに発動できる。その1つを墓地に送り、デッキからカードを2枚ドロー。
Why is
カー
Wingman...
ドを2枚伏せて
Why is Wingman's effect not going off? It should have taken Johan out at that point with its destruction ability.
大丈夫かヨハン。
ああ、なんてことないぜ。
俺のターンドロー。フレイムウィングマンでクリアバイスドラゴンを攻撃。フレイムシュート。
リバースカードオープン。属性変化アトリビュート。
You really think it's gonna let you beat that thing?
相手モンスター1体の属性をこのターンのエンドフェーズまで変更することができる。
何？
まさかまた
フレームウィングマンを風属性から水属性に変更。
Oh man.
エメラルドタートルは水属性。
Yep.
フレイムウィングマン。
互いに殺し合うこの底なしの
And
中。
3 of your monsters gone from like just Wingman alone. That's crazy. The Wingman's never done this much damage before.
受けてもらおうか。戦闘で破壊し墓地へ送ったモンスターの
Why does it only go off this time?
ダメージを与える。
What? Why is it only going off now? Because Johan would lose otherwise?
ターンエンドだ。
このエンドフェイズフレームウィングマンは風属性に戻る。これでわかったろ。絆など思いなど
And he's locked out of
そんな
spell
ものがあるから
cards.
人は苦しみもがく。どうせ忘れるんだよ。だったら最初から忘れてしまえばいいんだ。
藤原。
マスター、やはりあなたは両親の死を忘れられずに。
なんだって。
Wow.
両親の。
He's not even the first person to lose his parents in this
忘れ
series.
たよ。いや、彼らの方が忘れていったんだ。俺を置いて。
マスター。
Boo-hoo, bro.
あんな小さな子を置いて。かわいそうにな。
Why are so many backstories in this about fucking like orphans, you know? That manifested the power of honest.
僕はカードの精霊オネスト、あなたの守護者。
僕を忘れないで。
ずっとそばに。その後マスターはデュエルアカデミアに入学した。
Oh, Banner, let's
でもその
go.
笑顔の裏で
You three really were a squad. Kinda creepy.
橋本、竹山、佐伯、丸藤、天井院。父さん、母さん。忘れたくない。忘れないでくれ。
What? And that's what you needed. Was a bit of a bit of blood
マスター、
and some darkness.
マスター。
いずれはみんな僕を忘れるだろう。だったら。
そしてマスターは
No, he squiggled his parents. Man, this dude was paranoid as hell about everything.
絆や思い、友人や家族。そんなものにすが
I guess it can make sense though, you know, worried about being forgotten in life, worrying about people moving on without you. It's kind of the same thing Cyrus was going through, minus the dead parents, you know.
ゴミだと思えばいいんだよ。ゴミと。
僕は忘れなかった。マスター、あなたを。なのに、なんであなたは。
ダークネスの意志に従ったまで。今の俺は苦しくない。
You had too much light in you, you know? You didn't fit the motive.
俺のターン、ドロー。クリアバイスドラゴンを攻撃表示に変更。
Oh dear.
クリアバイスドラゴンの攻撃力は相手モンスターの2倍となる。
Yeah, because ironically, saving Wingman kind of fucked them.
攻撃、クリーン、マイシャスストリーム。
At least Johan.
リバースカードオープン。攻撃割断。デッキから攻撃銃と名の付くカード1枚を墓地に送り発動。相手モンスター1体の元々の攻撃力を半分にする。そして 対象モンスターが破壊された時、相手プレイヤーはエンドフェーズにカードを1枚ドローする。
Okay.
これはフレームウィングマンの攻撃力を半分にする。
何？
フレームウィングマンの攻撃力は2100から1050
And
に、
vice versa with your dragon.
お前のクリアバイスドラゴンの攻撃力は2100となる。
Let me guess, we're gonna get down to 100 points.
ヒーローシグナル。俺の場のモンスターが戦闘で破壊された時、レベル4以下の E ヒーロー1体を
left?
特殊召喚する。
Has he played Sparkman yet? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna say most of his heroes are gone now.
クリアバイスドラゴンが攻撃し
No
た場合、
Neospatians
エンドフェイズに
yet.
守備表示となる。
藤原、10代と俺たちの友情はゴミなんかじゃない。
It's beyond friendship even.
今墓地に送ったカードで。
そう、全部揃ったよ。リバースカードオープン。虹の引力。自分のフィールドおよび墓地に砲玉銃が7種類すべて存在する時のみ発動できる。
Yep. You know what's coming now. An unbeatable card.
レインボードラゴンを召喚。
The might of the rainbow.
これがレインボードラゴン。
Oh yeah, it's a big dragon. A light monster too. There's no black in the rainbow.
さすがだな、ヨハン。この状況でレインボードラゴンを召喚できるとは。
レインボードラゴンは特殊召喚されたターンに効果を発動できない。
ならば俺はクリアキューブを守備表示で召喚。
このエンドフェイズ、砲玉活弾の効果対象モンスターフレームウィングマンが破壊されたことにより、相手プレイヤーはカードを1枚ドローする。
クリアワールドの効果により光属性のモンスターをコントロールするプレイヤーは手札を公開しなければならない。
Ah, great.
どうした？
Winkaribo, maybe?
ドローしたカードは
Oh,
オネストだ。
oh,
お前が忘れていなければ合わせてやるぜ。
okay.
ターンを終了。
俺のターン、ドロ
That is a lethal
ー。
effect
奴の
though.
2枚の永続トラップがある限り、属性による戦術で10代とやり合うことになる。下手にレインボードラゴンで攻撃できないとなれば。レインボードラゴンの効果。俺の墓地に存在する砲玉銃を全て除外することにより、フィールドに存在する全てのカードを持ち主のデッキに戻す。
Their deck, not their hands, their
自
deck.
身をも消し去ろうというのか。
だがこれで仲間割れのカードはなくなる。
Just wipe the board. Well, there we go.
クリアキューブが場を離れたことで効果が発動。クリアキューブ復活。
カードを1枚伏せて。
Even the Mr. T's came
俺の
back.
ターン、ドロー。
Oh my god.
俺はオネストを召喚。
So what we're gonna do here?
無駄だ10だ。俺はそいつなど忘れた。
Well,
道
you're
端
just
の
a
ゴミなど
hypocrite then, you know?
覚えているわけ
You
が
don't want
な
to
い
be
だ。
forgotten and yet you forget him?
藤原、
いいえ、マスターは僕のことを忘れてなどいない。僕がマスターを忘れていない限り。
オネストでクリアキューブを攻撃。
Does this shake any memories? We really should be using Honest to beat him, you know, but they did tease Rainbow Neos.
ターンエンド。
He's literally in the
俺のター
title.
ンドロー。俺はクリアキューブを生贄にクリアビシャスナイトを召喚。
There's another card in the title as
クリアビシャス
well.
ナイトは相手フィールド上にモンスターが存在する場合、1体の生贄で召喚できる。
Okay.
そして自分の手札およびフィールドにクリアビシャスナイト以外のカードが存在しないとき、相手のフィールドの攻撃力が一番高いモンスターの攻撃力を加えることができる。
Oh dear. That's a pretty great effect though.
クリアビシャスナイトでオネストを攻撃。エンド・オブ・ザ・クリーン。
リバースカードオープン。守るべきもの。相手ターンのバトルフェーズ時にだけ発動することができる。
Alright.
相手モンスターの攻撃力以上のモンスター1体をデッキから選択し墓地へ送る。俺はレインボードラゴンを選択。モン
Okay.
スターへの戦闘ダメージをゼロにし、墓地に送ったモンスターの攻撃力分ライフを失う。
God damn. God damn, you chose your best card as well.
ヨハン
He literally outed himself. He fucking ended
お前が最後
himself.
に立っていればいいんだ。絆が残っている限り俺たちで奴を倒すことができる。だから諦めるな、ジュダイ、オネスト。
くだらん。友情が何の成果を上げた。貴様はくだらん思いに縛
Is
ら
he
れ
now going to
負けた
become
だ
one
けだ。
with darkness as well?
そうお前は10代に負けたんだ。
Even though the match isn't over yet, he's out.
やはりゴミだったようだな。ターンを終了する。
俺のターンドロー。マジックカードホープオブフィフスを発動。墓地のいいヒーローを5枚選択し、デッキに加えてシャッフル。その後カードを2枚ドロー。
Okay, okay. Didn't take Neos though. He did not take Neos. He hasn't played in a long time, but has he got Miracle Fusion?
マジックカードオーバーソウル発動。墓地からエレメンタルヒーローを
Was it both
召喚。
Rainbow Dragon and Neos in the... Well, there's Neos. I mean, I don't think Rainbow Dragon should be accessible anymore because, you know,
永続魔法
Johan's
コードの
out,
前
so his deck should be locked off.
モンスター1体を対象に発動する。ヨハンのことを俺たちのことをゴミと言ったな。友情のためにヨハンは負けたと。違う。ヨハンの友情がこの勝負を勝利に導いてくれるんだ。
何を言ってる。
Yeah, like, that's some weird thing about the anime is that the deck is still active so long as the match is on.
オネストとの絆、力を貸してくれ。ヨハン、蘇れレインボードラゴン。
Hell yes.
存在が消えてなおどうしてこんなことが。
This
分
is
かっているはずだ。
plot.
お前にも
This is plot.
オネストを忘れていないんだろ。
俺は全てを忘れたんだ。
違う。大切
You're
な
looking,
人を
you're
忘
looking
れ
a
ら
little
れる
shy
わけ
right
が
now,
ない。
though, bro.
お前の両親だってきっと。
Little bit shy here.
お前はオネストのカードを捨てはしなかった。大切に保管してたじゃないか。
Ah,
お前の両
protecting
親
it.
も同じだ。お前を残し希望を託したんだよ。忘れたわけじゃない。忘れられるはずなんかないじゃないか。
Yes.
そうだマスター、僕はあなたを迎えに来たんだ。
もう遅いんだ。遅い。
いや、絆がある限りやり直せる。見ろ。レインボードラゴン
Look
と
into the face of
ネ
your
オスを融合。
demise.
何。
The polymerization card.
攻撃力4500が奇跡など起きない。希望などついえた。クリアビシャスナイトのモンスター効果。レインボーネオスの元々の攻撃力を得る。
God damn.
バカめ、ダークネスの世界に飲み込んで。
Oh, freaky.
ずれ始めてるぜ、ミスターダークネス。
何。
藤原にかかっていた影が日食が終わりを告げ始めているんだよ。
これは。
Oh, that is freaky. Bro's getting
お
double
前は戻
vision.
りたがっている。いや、すでに戻ろうとしているんだよ。オネストの元に。
Oh god, they're out of sync.
マスター、
オネストをその効果により手札に戻す。オネスト、藤原を連れ戻してくるんだ。
マスター、
Expel the darkness.
オネストの効果発動。オネストを墓地に送ることでクリアビシャスナイトの攻撃力6800を
That is just actually, that is just fucking crazy. 11,300 points. I mean, that's not even close to the highest we've gone in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, but that is still ridiculous when you're adding another digit on there.
忘れないでいてくれたのか。ずっと忘れないで。
That's a big ask considering what you've done. That's the real form of darkness, huh?
オネスティレインボーフレアストリーム
Just for good measure, every single one of those Mr. T's are gone. God, it really is a gigantic creature, Rainbow Neos. It might be the biggest creature in the game that we've seen. Well, maybe Five-Headed Dragon might beat it, but not a lot actually goes above that. Oh, I guess there are the God cards too.
やったな10代
まだ闇がどうして
Because we're still not done. We're still not done. That's the thing about these big boss monsters, they never know when to go away, you know? Even with darkness being expelled from Fujiwara, you know, you haven't beaten darkness itself yet, you know? As long as these creatures have a host body of some kind, they always love to come back again and again and again. But it looks like we're pretty much done now. As the ironic thing about this is, yeah, since he sucked everyone up into himself, he doesn't have any more bodies to take over, so he's kind of fucked himself over here, surprisingly. But, yeah. That was weird. We are done with that, you know? So we're going to go into another match, I'm sure, with Darkness again, and for whatever reason, this truly will be the final time that we win this, we beat this villain, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see that. I like this for the fact that we did get one more team up with Johan and Judai, their best one by far. You know, their decks do complement each other quite a bit. It's always cool to see the Rainbow Dragon card, given the lore that it has amongst the series and whatnot. And in general, it was a fun match. It was a really cool match to actually see. And yeah, the backstory, fine enough, you know, relatable. Obviously, a big fear in life can be being forgotten, losing the people in life. Even though they don't forget you, you know, life just pushes us all in different directions sometimes. So, you know, losing contact and whatnot is definitely something that does happen. And so, given the trauma that, you know, Fujiwara has for losing his parents, he basically just spiraled. He had the benefit of friendship, the great feeling that is friendship, and he was so terrified of ever losing it that he went to drastic measures and, you know, basically cut himself off of all emotions to, you know, fix that, and to then collect everyone into one cycle so that everyone's always together all the time. So, you know, it's a pretty crazy it is a pretty crazy motive behind all of that, but at the end of the day, you know, it's not the first time we even had any of this happen, you know. Most people's parents are gone in Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point, you know. Poor old Asta's gone through the same shit, you know. And anyone that does have parents, we don't even see them, like, ever, you know. I think we saw Joey's parents once, you know, and then there's, like, Gozaburo and whatnot, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. We've never seen any parents in this series for sure. And it is what it is. But yeah, you know, that was still a pretty cool match. I don't really have too much more to say on like Fujiwara as a character. He's fine enough. He serves as the vessel for Darkness in this season, fine enough. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm just curious now what they're actually going to do to feasibly beat Darkness, because again, we've gone through this guy an obnoxious number of times now, you know. We've done this so many times that I'm just curious what we could feasibly do to actually stop him. This time. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. You know, for final battle's sake, I don't assume we'll use Johan again, even though we probably could. You know, he's up and fine. But as we know, like, final matches, they gotta be between main characters and the final villain. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see what we do go with that. We're going to be doing that in this set as well. And so, yeah, guys, we have 2 episodes to go in this set of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, episode 177 and 178. That's going to be really fun. And, yeah, we're getting into it. So I'll see you guys in a moment we do that. Should be fun. Alright, guys, we are back with episode 177. Here we go. What can we have? The eclipse is still
どうな
here.
ってるんだ。
大丈夫かヨハン。
俺たちは藤原をダークネスを倒したんじゃないのか。
その
Yes.
はずだ。だが
You've basically won at this point. It's just plot, right? We need a round number to end the series off
元に
on.
戻らないのか。
そんなバカな。
That's terrifying, honestly.
ヨハン。
言ってくれ10代。俺はここで藤原を見ている。
わかった。
Can we borrow Rainbow Dragon? We have a good monster with that card to fuse with.
これは
What the fuck? What the hell?
世界中の人が消えた。
Seriously? The whole world?
我と決着をつけよ。
誰だ。
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? You're not gonna win! Give it up! A fearsome combo, 0 and infinity. Okay. Ooh. Oh my god, I guess the ghost of Banner and the fucking cat, which is just an immortal, all-powerful, omnipotent being. That cat is forever.
10代君。大徳寺先生。あれを見るにゃ。なんだこれは。ただの日食じゃないのか。
10代。
It's a magic
時は満
eclipse.
ちた。汝と我決着の時。
誰だ。
我が名はダークネス。先ほどの使いは我の一部に過ぎぬ。
お前の一部。藤原のことか。
汝我の真なる姿を未だ見ず。
なら。
Could look a lot more monstrous, right?
ダークネス。
Zork-esque, maybe?
これがダークネス。
Dude beat everyone and has access to like every card in the game. A very freaky Grim Reaper-esque looking skeleton. We've literally done the Grim Reaper before.
あの球体には私と同じ多くの人間の思念があるにゃ。
それじゃあまさかあそこにいるってのか。
そう。汝の探す者たちは
This dude might be a little scary looking, honestly, for the 4Kids broadcast.
ダークネス。一体お前は何が望みだ。この世界を乗っ取ることか。
望み。我に望みなどない。我は断りによって動くのみ。
断りだと。
Interesting.
そう。世界の真理。法則と言っていい。
それじゃあこの世界からみんなが消えてお前の元に行ったのも当たり前のことだってのか。
その通り。
It's destiny, I guess you could say.
そんなことが。
汝その者たちの苦悩を知らず。
How do you beat the concept of darkness itself?
大いなる安らぎ。その体で知るがいい。
10代君。
Damn. Is this too strong for even you, Belle, to overcome?
ようやく解放してもらえるのか。
Yeah, bro has aged like, you know, 30 years. We did see all of this before.
教師の資格なんてない。
Get fucked.
彼らはすでに全てを捨てた。そこには希望も絶望もない。
Nothing
全ての人間
exists.
の意識が溶け合った無の
Oh
中
my
で
god.
彼らは永遠に生き、一つになる。彼らはその安息を選んだのだ。
嘘だ。
真実の始まりはあまりにも遠く、遥かな昔。何も存在しない暗闇に、最初に一枚のカードが生まれた。
What?
そして表と裏が決まり、世界の始まりが訪れた。
A card began the world. A card was the Big Bang in Yu-Gi-Oh.
やがてそこに
Is that what we're alluding
星々
to?
は生まれ
cards. Literally, cards made up the entire Yu-Gi-Oh verse. And it was long before cards even came into existence again. Really? If the entire universe, humans are the top dog, that sucks. That's boring.
だがゆえにデュエルモンスターズこそ人間の心を測る試金石、心を映す鏡であった。
That is some crazy shit.
もし汝の住む世界をカードの表と例えるなら、我が世界
That's just crazy. Literally, Duel Monsters cards made up the universe.
を操るデュエリストたちの心に光が宿り続けていたなら、表の世界の安息は約束されていたかもしれない。しかし、デュエリストたちの心の多くは闇に染まり、我が世界に流れ込んだのだ。
There's just no winning in this universe, is there? Either you gotta fight the light that's trying to expand and destroy the universe, or we gotta take on darkness. Like, you can't fucking win.
デュエリストたちの心が汚れたからお前が現れたってのか。
その通り。我に野心はない。多くの闇に塗り込められた力が我を目覚めさせたのだ。
Interesting.
我が世界がこの世界にとって変わるのは、水が高い場所から低い場所に流れるごとく自然のことあり。言うなれば我は救世主。
何が救世主だ。
So he's really just akin to a force of nature then, really. No desires or goes for world domination, just does what it does.
流れのままに、そこに立ちはだかる小さな障害を排除したに過ぎぬ。10代、汝は理解している。何故我が世界に力が与えられたかを。
あくまで仮説だが、影丸会長の三現場の復活。
Where are they, by the way?
そして君のユベルの事件。これらが複合的にこの島を中心とした次元に負荷をかけ、新たな事態を起こそうとしている。
Too much pressure on the dimension so it can burst.
心の闇に落ち、デュエルモンスターズの力を悪用してきた。汝もその一人。汝が我に力を与えた
That
の
is
だ。
crazy.
だがこれだけは言わせてもらう。俺はお前みたいなやつを呼び覚ますために闇に落ちたんじゃない。むしろお前みたいなやつを倒すために闇の力を手に入れたんだ。
Well, if Duel Monsters is the catalyst for all of this, perhaps Duel Monsters is what will be used to defeat you.
二つの魂を合わせ持つ異物。もはや我が世界で生きるにはふさわしくない魂のよう。
Damn.
なんとでも呼べない。
Even darkness rejects you.
俺がいる限りこの世界はお前なんかには渡さない。
ならば我、汝を滅殺す。この世界の始まり、デュエルモンスターズで。
We are. I can't get over that, by the way. They're saying that Duel Monsters is the origin of the entire world. Like OG series, future series like 5Ds, you know, Zexal, Arc 5, Reigns, whatever else is out there. It's all like connected to Duel Monsters. This is more like Destiny shit than ironically the season about Destiny. Oh my god. And he can just spawn cut. Yeah, no. Bro is cheating no matter what he gets. No dual disc, no shuffling or, you know, drawing. Bro is just spawning whatever fucking he wants.
ダークネスの効果で手札デッキより5枚のカードをセット。
And we have broken abilities too.
いきなり全部のリバースをセットするだと。
Oh, I wish you had Heavy
俺
Storm.
のターン。ドロー。エレメンタルヒーロースパークマンを召喚。スパークマンでダークネスアイを攻撃。
トラップ発動ゼロ。ゼロはもう1枚のトラップを連動して発動させる。現れるがいい。インフィニティ。
Any card that has Infinity better be a good one.
この2枚のカードが発動したとき、2枚の間に存在するカードをすべて発動。
Man.
ゼロとインフィニティ。その2つの間を埋めるもの。それが
Bro, if you had Jinzo in your deck, this thing would crumble so fast.
ダークネスワン。 このカードはゼロとインフィニティが発動しているとき、ダークネスという名のトラップが発動するたび、相手フィールドのカードを1枚破壊する。
Shit. I really hope you have a fusion card.
この効果は
勇気10代、汝の最後、魂に刻め、神のデュエルを。
This is not good. How do you beat the concept of darkness itself? I love the design though. The design is sick. Very cool.
この効果は
勇気10代、汝の最後、魂に刻め、神のデュエルを。
I mean, yeah, you can't really compare it to anything other than a god, a force of
破壊さ
nature.
れたモンスターと同じ攻撃力を持つエレメンタルヒーローをデッキから呼び出す。
We don't have any monsters with 16. Oh, wow, Necro Shade.
カードを1枚伏せて
I don't think he's ever summoned it before.
ジュダイ君、油断しちゃダメにゃ。この相手に常識は通用しないにゃ。
分かってる。確かにこのデュエ
I
ル
love how he's just permanently got the Yubel eyes now.
フィールド魔法、ダークネスの効果発動。互いのターンのエンドフェーズ。我がフィールドのトラップカードはランダムにリセットされ
Oh
る。
my god.
何
そんな。
我がターン、ダークネスアイ効果発動。ダークネスアイが攻撃表示であるとき、モンスター1体を生贄なしで召喚できる。
Good lord.
ダークネスデストロイヤー。
That's a cool looking monster.
守備モンスターを攻撃したとき、攻撃力が守備力を超えている分だけ相手にダメージ
Piercing
を与え
damage.
2回の攻撃が可能。
Alright, now you're just making shit up.
さっきの
What the
カー
hell?
ドの効果を使われたら、ここで決着がついてしまうにゃ。
だが奴のカードはランダムに伏せられている。それを確認できなければ不発に終わる可能性もある。
He's darkness. Of course he's gonna know.
それはどうかな。発動せよ。ゼロ、そしてインフィニテ
何
最悪の一位。
He's cheating.
ィ。ゼロとインフィニティよ。その狭間に眠る力を呼び覚ませ。ダークネス2は我がモンスターの攻撃力をこのターンのみ1000ポイントアップさせ、ダークネスと名の付くトラップが発動するごとに同じ効果を得る。
Bro, just pack it in. Just fold. Like, actually, what the fuck are you meant to do against this?
攻撃力5300の2回攻撃だと。
まさに最悪にゃ。
ダークネスデストロイヤー、ネクロダークマンを攻撃。
And a piercing effect.
ネクロダークマンが破壊されれば丸裸にゃ。
トラップ発動。ヒーローバリア。エレメンタルヒーローへの攻撃を一度だけ無効にする。
Good on ya, but that's only one.
まだだ。ダークネスデストロイヤー、2度目の
You've survived one turn, but that's
ダ
it.
ークネスデストロイヤーのモンスター効果、貫通ダメージを与える。
That's a lot of piercing damage. What is that, like 3,500? Yeah.
諦めるがいい。すでにこの世界で戦えるのは汝一人。
No. There'll be no
汝の
surrenders.
力を信じる者は誰もいない。
それがどうした。たとえ一人だろうと。俺は最後まで。
おいおい、君一人ってそれはないだろう。
ユベル。
Where have you been the whole damn season?
10
What the
いくら
fuck?
君が未だに能天気な根性なしだとしても
Have you-
まだ倒れるには
What are you-
早すぎる。
What have you been doing the whole season?
なんとかならないのか。
この僕
You
を
originally are in his head.
君は一人なんかじゃない。この僕がついている。
俺の中に
I wish we got to see more of this relationship in this season. More banter between Yubel and Judai. Like, what the fuck? Only the last second? It's kind of weird because they're treating it as like just both souls inherit the body. When what they did at the end of season 3 was fuse the souls together. So that's not the same thing. It shouldn't have two consciousness. It should be a completely new person.
俺のターン。
Which is kind of strange how they're doing this.
もちろんネクロダークマンの効果発動。
Oh boy, I wonder which one.
生贄なしで召喚できる。
Bro, Blade Edge is completely forgotten by this point.
今だ、10だ。
速攻魔法 エフェクトシャット。相手のモンスター効果が発動
That's
した
a new
時
one.
それを無効にし、そのモンスターを破壊する。
The music's very epic though.
神を名乗る割にはせこい手を使うね。
It is cool to see you, Belle, just face a god
カー
though.
ドを確認する能力を持っていた。だからランダムに並んだ伏せカードを100発100中で当てられたんだ。
And he's cheating by not explaining the card rules as well.
だがダークネスアイの力がなかろう
He really was cheating.
残念だが外れのようだな。
いけ、ネオス。
And this should be a disqualification for not explaining your card effects.
なんだと。
どうやら流れはこっちに向いてきたようだな。
Calm down, bro. You've got 500 points.
ターンエンド。
If Yubel is here now, can you start using some of her deck as well? I'm curious how we get over Yubel's effect.
もう一つの魂が汝を支えるというなら、その魂を引き剥がすまで現れろ、ダークネスアウトサイダー。
What is that?
あのモンスターは。
気をつけろ、10代。
ダークネスアウトサイダーは手札を1枚捨てることで相手のデッキにあるモンスターと我がフィールドのモンスターを入れ替える。
What?
我が選ぶのは汝に宿るもう一つの魂。
What does that even mean? He doesn't have Yubel in his deck.
我はダークネスシードを捨て我がしもべとなれユベル。
What? You just said in the opponent's deck. That doesn't even work like that. What?
この離せこの。
なるほど。汝の力はバトルでは破壊されず発生したダメージを相手プレイヤーに移し替える。
Did he have Yubel in his deck?
自らに宿りし魂に打たれることを最後の慰みとするがよい。行けユベル。汝の力で重大を消し去れ。
It's kind of crazy after everything in Season 3 to see Yubel handled like this by Darkness. Like, actually, seeing Yubel helpless just feels kind of unnatural by this point.
トラップ発動。アストラルシフト。相手が攻撃した時。
Alright, he's just using a whole new deck now.
プレイヤーへのダイレクトアタックとして、その後カードを1枚ドローする。
Nice, and she's got no points. Could have stuck over toothpick.
取り返すぜ。
当たり前だ。
アストラルシフトの効果で。
I wonder if he feels incomplete now, like he doesn't feel whole anymore without Yubel in his deck, or in his body, really.
ダークネススライムは自分の場のモンスターの攻撃力の合計が0の時、手札から守備表示で特殊召喚できる。そして召喚に成功した時、相手モンスターの能力を得る。
Well, that's a vanilla, it doesn't have any effects or abilities.
ダークネス、お前のように理屈だけのやつには。
Also, when you put it in defense mode, it should have 2,000 points.
どれだけの絆でここに立っているかは。
I wish I got to see it in the season, you know? If you can have Yubel be a conscience inside of him. Alright, yeah, I'm assuming Yubel just outright switched the cards in his deck. She looks happy. No, bro! Why would you get rid of Karibo? The disrespect to win Karibo, man! What the fuck? I do not know this card. Oh my god. That looks disturbing. Looks like some shit out of Steven Universe. Okay. Nice. Damn. It's a crazy life point gain effect.
ダークネス、このデュエルで証明してやるぜ。整然としたお前のヘリクスより不格好でも俺の信じる者たちとの絆の方がはるかに真実だとな。
貴様、
俺は必ずこの世界の全員を助け出してみせる。
Bro, this is the main character. All of the, like, you know, the doors and events that have summoned you here by, you know, basically making this dimension implode on itself due to pressure, like, all those situations were solved by this one teenage boy right here. And you're acting surprised that he's making a comeback. Are you crazy, man? Every time you were used as a mask, as like a mere fragment of your existence, you always fucking lost against him, you know? And the only times you didn't lose against anyone was with cheating. So, you know, what are you acting surprised for? Oh my god. I did not expect to get a wild lore expansion in this episode, though. The fact that, like, dual monsters as a concept, the card game itself, not even like the ancient monsters that eventually became cards. Card games itself are what birthed life. They are the catalyst for the Big Bang in the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, and as a result, everything comes in the form of card games in Yu-Gi-Oh! That is insane. That is crazy. Oh my god, yeah. Well, this is getting more Destiny-like than even, ironically, Season 2, where, of course, it was destined that Dual Monsters would come back into the world and, you know, be the dominant driving force for mankind, because it's like almost a pseudo-natural occurrence that humanity is just kind of, you know, attached to Yu-Gi-Oh cards in that regard. That is just... That is crazy. Yeah, and, you know, now through the events of just all of the stuff that happened on, you know, in this series, on this one island, basically, you know, darkness was awoken, darkness was birthed, and ironically, you know, we're the catalyst. This academy is what caused all this shit to begin with, so of course this academy would be the place that we end it off on. So yeah, that's kind of nutty, though. It's kind of cool, you know, just a creature, you know, like darkness that isn't, like, you know, after world domination, isn't after, like, a specific goal in mind. It's literally just doing what its purpose is. It's just, you know, to absorb things into itself because, well, you know, cards birthed it into existence. Now it's just doing what it feels is natural, you know. There is no end goal for darkness. It's just being its own character. So that's kind of cool to see. And, you know, it definitely makes for a interesting antagonist. I do like the design. The design is really cool. Looks a bit Grim Reaper-esque, which, again, is kind of funny because we've literally tackled the Grim Reaper in Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. It was a one-off, a very one-off silly episode that probably should have been more of a concept for this anyway, but that was still really cool. I don't get why we're introducing these concepts, though, at the end, when they're so interesting. They should be more as part of the season, you know. So, Yubel's always been in there. My camera just cut out for random reasons, so, yeah. What I was saying, though, you know, it's weird we're introducing these concepts, like, Yubel is being inside of Jaden now, you know. Like, where was that throughout this season? We could have explored the relationship with Yubel and Jaden now that they are literally attached to each other for life in this season. Like, that would have been really cool to see. Yubel actually being, like, the co-pilot in the matches to help Judai out. That would have been really cool. I don't think necessarily what they did at the end of Season 3 though really lines up with what we're doing here. Like, you know, what we got here is basically just, you know, Judai's body fused with Yubel's abilities, and so, you know, he's free to use all of Yubel's powers, but both minds and souls occupy one body. But I swear what they said at the end of Season 3 was that they merged their souls together specifically, and that would make a very different result than what we're getting at here. You know, because if you're fusing souls, you basically get, like, two entities becoming a new entity in one person, but acting like the conscience of Yubel and Judai are still separated for some reason, which I don't think is what would the result of that be. Not that we have any really real reference for that. But yeah, it's just weird, and if that is the case, again, I would have liked to actually see Yubel be more of a character in this season, especially since, you know, a part of this this season's, like, plot has been, like, Judai's depression, Judai's trauma from the last season through what he went through in the spirit world, and, you know, having a support system like Yubel would have been really interesting to see. You know, you could have even spun it where, like, she's not coming out because she feels guilty now that she's a part of Judai. More human emotions have come over her, and she starts to feel guilt for what she put Judai through you know, for his mental health, for his friends, you know, like, you could have done something to humanize Yubel a bit more through the influence of Jaden's merger, but no, it just kind of seems like now they're both just really close to each other, and, you know, in this match they've been separated again, which is just kind of strange, you know? Even Yubel has the ability to, mid-game, like, switch out Judai's deck for her own, or fuse them together, so now he's got the access to Yubel's cards, the super polymerization cards, you know, stuff like that. I wonder if he does have the Sacred Beast in his deck now, since that was a part of Yubel's deck anyway, and even though it's kind of weird, like, you know, it said Darkness did take a card from the opponent's deck, which probably does mean he has Yubel in his deck as well, so I would have liked to seen more of this, you know, use these cards, see Judai master the deck of a fucking villain, like, that's a really interesting idea. It's just kind of weird though, because I love these concepts, these powers, this relationship between Yubel and Judai, but you didn't actually use it in the season, and that would have made the fact that Judai duels so much way more interesting and exciting. That would have breathed fresh air into this character, but we're only getting it right now near the goddamn end. That's so strange. Oh man, it is very unfortunate, but, you know, it's something, I guess. Yubel has made a return, which is really cool to see, and I'm just curious now where we're going to keep going with this, because we only have 3 episodes to go, so, you know, we'll see where we go. But guys, you know, Yubel, Neos got a new sparkly fusion from that, which is really cool. Super Poly is still out here, which is epic. Would have loved to see that more often. But yeah, he got rid of Winkaribo as well. He discarded Winkaribo to do this, which I do have a bit of a bit of an issue with, but yeah, either way though, guys, let's continue and see if we can literally defeat the concept of darkness itself. That does sound pretty intriguing, you know? So anyway, 178, let's go. Neos Wiseman. Yeah, and although the damage was very minimal, he's got Darkness sweating a bit now. Well, not minimal, I guess. No, he has like 1800 points left, but still, yeah, Judai's winning.
Darkness, このデュエルで証明してやるぜ。整然としたお前のヘリクスより不格好でも俺の信じる者たちとの絆の方がはるかに真実だとな。
Yes. Let's see how you do this, man. It's just Judai and Yubel versus the Darkness itself now. That's crazy. You know, everyone in the world plays Yu-Gi-Oh, right? It's kind of crazy Darkness took everyone over when not everyone even plays the card game. Yep. Wondering what the monster will be that actually conquers Darkness in this, you know? Will it literally be Neo Wiseman? Could it be the classic? The Flame Wingman, the best card? Lolly? Here we go. Wow, one last hope, Judai Yuki. Fair enough. A single hope left. I really do like that design. It looks like a Wendigo even.
何がおかしい？
仲間との絆か。だがすでに汝の信じる仲間から汝の記憶は消えている。
For now.
振りかざす声は聞こえん。それでも 彼らを救い出せるというのか。
Yes. Yes. To all.
我のターン。我はダークネスネクロスライムを召喚。
Oh my god,
こ
again.
のモンスターを墓地に送り、墓地のダークネスモンスターを特殊召喚。蘇れ、我がマナコダークネスアイ。
This thing, this guy is just an endless recycle.
まずいにゃ。
It's gonna be hard to get rid
や
of.
つの伏せカードの位置が読まれるにゃ。10代君。
トラップ発動。ゼロ。そしてインフィニティ。
Oh, what?
ゼロとインフィニティが発動する。2枚の間のトラップカードが全て発動する。
Man, we really need to invest in some back row removal, guys.
ダークネスワンが最初に発動した時
We're making things unnecessarily tricky.
フィールドのカードを破壊する。
And just like that. Just like that. Oh, never mind. I'm silly.
残念だったな。ネオスワイズマンをカード効果で破壊することはできない。
Can you not be targeted at all?
だが勇気10代、汝我が真なる力を知らず。ターンエンド。
So your card combo won't work.
ネオスワイズマン、ダークネスアイを攻撃。
Don't get cocky, man. Use your other cards.
ネオスワイズマンの効果で俺のライフが回復する。
God damn.
よし。これで10代君のライフはスタートに戻ったにゃ。
That is really good.
一息だ。もう一息で奴を倒せる。
汝、我に本気で勝つつもりでいるようだが、それは無理だ。
なんだと。
Prove it then.
たった一人の人間の意志でなど、世界の断りは動かん。今それを教えてやる。我のターン。我が墓地にあるダークネスシードの効果発動。ダークネスシードは墓地へ送られてから2度目のスタンバイフェーズに特殊召喚される。
Oh! Oh, that is nightmare fuel. Oh, great.
奴のライフが。
これこそがダークネスの力。ダークネスシードの効果により互いのエンドフェーズに我がライフを4000まで回復する。
What the fuck?
利益10代。
Bullshit! What is that? Every single time? Every turn? So you've gotta kill him with 4k damage at once, that there's no in between anymore.
俺はそんなことは認めない。
だがそれが真実なのだ。そう、我が正体。それは人間の未来そのもの。
If you say so.
汝、この世界をよく見渡してみるがよい。何が起きているかをよく考えるのだ。
Darkness is a part of our world, always will be, but so is light.
止まらぬ紛争、テロ、壊れた人間たちが起こす異常な事件の数々。
Ironically, the in-canon reason for all that happening was because of the light of destruction. The light caused every conflict is what Pegasus described in Season 2. And from that comes the darkness.
人間の未来。
Oh crap, what card you lose?
お前たちの未来だ。人間はとうに疲れているのだ。見えない明日の中に可能性を探すことに。この学園の生徒もしかり。
Is that really his problem though? You know, is that gonna happen in his lifetime?
自分の力を信じて危険な世界に立ち向かうことを望んではいなかった。その思いがカードを黒く染め、我に力を与えた。汝は人間をこの荒廃した世界に導こうとしているだけだ。
俺はそんなことは信じない。俺のターン。ネオスワイズマン、ダークネスシードを攻撃。
Dude, you gotta do something else. You can't rely on one monster.
ネオスワイズマンの効果発動。戦闘した相手モンスターの攻撃力分のダメージを相手に与え、 守備力分俺のライフを回
God
復する
damn, I mean, you're not losing this either, but still. Oh, fuck.
無駄だ。ダークネスシードは墓地からの効果で呼び出された時バトルで破壊
So
さ
a
れる
monster that can't be blown up by effects and versus one that can't be blown up by battle. Nice contrast, I like that.
眺めよ我が世界よ我に力を与えしは未来を信じることができなくなった汝の仲間たちだ。ダークネスシードの効果により我がライフは4000ポイントまで回復。
This is a very this is kind of like a deadlock they've got each other in though. They both can't kill each other. That's
ダーク
freaky.
ネスブランブルはダークネスシードの効果を受け継ぎ、さらにランダムにセットされたカードを確認できる。
これでまた奴はダークネスアートの能力を手に入れたにゃ。
What's it even matter though? It can't be blown up.
ゼロとインフィニティを発動。
You can't kill Neo's Wiseman.
その間のトラップを全て発動する。発動せよ、ダークネス3。このカードは相手に1000ポイントのダメージを与え、ダークネストラップが発動するたびに1000ポイントのダメージを与える。
Ah, fuck.
で、汝の受けるダメージは3000。
We really could use some back row removal right now.
これでは全く隙がないのにゃ。ジュダイ君。
俺のターン
Come on.
インフィニティ発動。ダークネス3効果発動。
まずいにゃ。奴の効果ダメージは2000。これを受けたらジュダイ君は。
さらばだ、勇気10代。
速攻魔法速攻召喚手札のモンスター1体を召喚する現れろ黒雲パンテール
What the hell is that?
そしてトラップ発動黒雲ベールフィールドの黒雲を生贄にこのターン効果によるダメージをゼロにして
Plot cards. Specifically to stop him from losing.
デッキからブラックパンサーを特殊召喚する現れろブラックパンサー
Nice.
行けネオスワイズマンダークネスブランブルを攻撃
ならば手札のモンスターダークネスレインクローの効
Oh
果を
crap.
発動。
And he's got
相
hand
手が
traps.
攻撃を宣言したときダークネスブランブルとダークネスレインクローを墓地へ送りデッキからダークネスネオスフィアを特殊召喚。
That's just an amalgamation
ダー
of
クネス
shit.
ネオスフィアはダークネスブランブルの能力を受け継ぎ
That is a disturbing
ラ
looking
ンダムに
beast.
セットされたカードを並べ替えることができる。
何
Will you please wipe his
トラップは
board?
敵です今度トラップが発動したら本当に俺のライフは
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared for you now.
今さら何をしようと無駄だ。もはや誰も汝に力を貸す者はいない。
それでも俺は諦めないブラックパンサーの効果を発動相手フィールドのモンスターに変身しその能力を得るブラックパンサーが変身するのはダークネスネオスフィア
Okay. Always a treat to see the same monsters
コピーした
on opposing
ダークネ
boards.
スネオスフィアの能力を発動しお前がセットしたカードをさらに並べ替えるそしてお前の発動しているフィールド魔法ダークネスを裏表示にセットし直す
何
Damn.
フィールド魔法のダークネスは発動するときフィールド上のマジックトラップを全て破壊しなければならない
Let's go.
つまりもう一度ダークネスを発動したければ
You must
お前の
remove
トラ
your
ップは
board.
全て破壊することになる
ナイスジュダイ君。これで奴のトラップを封じたにゃ。
俺はカードを1枚
For now, his cards have been sealed off, but this is darkness.
だが我が手中には圧倒的攻撃力を誇るダークネスネオスフィアがいる。ダークネスネオスフィア、ネオスワイズマンを攻撃。
Oh, it's even doing the icing of Yubel too.
ネオスワイズマン。
10代
Oh, and you're back.
ネオスワイズマンの効果を使うんだ。
What?
僕をゲームから除外すればネオスだけは蘇る。
ユベル。
Okay.
10代ここからは本当に君一人だ。だが信じるんだ。自分の力を。君なら必ず奴を倒せる。
ユベル。ネオスワイズマンの効果発動。バトルで破壊された時ユベルを除外することでネオスを復活させる。現れろ。
Fair enough. She might be alone, but she doesn't want you to die above all else.
今さらどう悪あがきをしようと汝に勝ち目はない。
もうすぐ俺たちはここから出ていく。確かにその先にはお前が言うように笑ってやり過ごせないこともたくさんあるだろうけど
It's
そ
okay.
れには立ち向かってい
Chaz
く
will
しかない
pay
んだ。
for all of our
自
therapy.
分の未来を切り開いていくためには
We're good at that
汝は
point.
分かっていないようだな。汝には戦う強さがある。だが他の者にはないのだよ。
Oh,
い
interesting.
や分かってないのはお前の方さ。俺は
Yo, the Supreme King.
かつて俺の心は闇に溺れ
As did
俺の仲間
everyone's.
をひどい目に遭わせてしま
Poor old Jim, man. That was like the last time we ever saw Jim as well. Was him losing against the Supreme King.
俺は
Talk about a
それを信
tragic
じてい
end
る
for a
だけだ。
character.
汝の信じること。
カードを信じる限り決して俺たちは一人じゃない。戦った仲間と応援してくれた仲間と決して切れない絆で結びついている。なぜならそれこそがこのたった1枚のカードに秘められた力だからだ。
何を言っている。
Well, let's see. Prove yourself, man.
みんな聞こえるか。俺の声が届いているか。見るんだ。お前たちが握ったカードをたった1枚でいい。きっとそこにあるはずだ。そのカードを使っていろんな奴と戦った記憶が。最初は何の変哲もないただのカードだったはずだ。それが誰かと戦うたびに
And there's no footage at all of him fighting in season 1.
怒りや憎しみ、その記憶がカードには染み込んでいく。それはお前たちが頑張ってきた歴史なんだ。それこそが絆なんだ。
It is a shame because again, Neos didn't even start Jaden on this journey of Duel Academy. That was
思い出せよ
Wingman.
そのカードで戦った奴らの顔を。そいつらこそが本当の仲間さ。辛くなった時俺たちの未来を支えてくれる。カードを信じる限りいつだって一人なんかじゃない。未来に絶望なんてするな。俺たちはまだ何にもやり遂げちゃいないじゃないか。
For real, this is still our school years, man. We haven't even started our careers yet.
今10代の声が。
I'm actually not sure which card he'll pull. Oh, Power
聞こ
Bomb.
えてきた。
I'm always just thinking of monsters.
10代
そうだ。俺たち
I
はま
actually
だ
don't
何
remember
も
what
や
that
り遂げ
card's
ちゃいない。
called either. That's not a
未来
monster
に怯え
either.
る必要なんてない。たとえ負けたってまた這い上がればいい。
For real. Again, Zane did it. You can too.
そうだ、僕たちは知っている。いろいろな困難をこのカードと一緒に戦ってきたことを。待ってください。たとえどんな場所だろうとやるんです。僕たちの最高のデュエルを。
Can you really convince him?
このカードがある限りいつも一緒に戦ってくれる仲間がいることを。落ちこぼれたから全てを諦めているというなら話してあげるわ。結城10代というデュエリストのことを。
俺たちは知っている。
どんな時でも決して一人じゃないことを。
For real. You've got more friends than that.
これは
And the light has come. Did he just restore the entire universe? He brought everybody back. Every last person ever. I mean, that guy even stopped, like, the OG characters as well. Kaiba, Yugi Moto, you know? Like, oh my god.
ここはデュエルアカデミア。
あ、みんな。
よかったにゃー。君たちはダークネスに捕まっていたんだにゃー。
そうだ。10代の声が聞こえて。
兄貴。
And they... Now he gets an audience.
お前の世界は嫌みたいだぜ。お前はみんなの記憶を奪おうとしたんじゃない。俺たちのかけがえのない絆を奪おうとした。だからこそ許せない。俺のターン。
Duel! Oh crap, what have you got left?
ありがとう、俺のデッキ。お前たちこそが。
It's the card that represents this whole era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fusion summoning. But I just don't know what he's got left.
フィールドにネオスがあるとき、手札の融合とデッキにある融合召喚に必要なモンスター5体を墓地へ送り、
5
ゴッドネオス
monsters?
を召喚する。
Neo God? What?
そして今墓地へ送った5体をデッキに戻し、バノネオスとブラックパンサーで究極コンタクト融合。来い、ゴッドネオス。
God Neos? What is this? What is this? We're summoning a goddamn god now? I mean, we did that last time actually, the creator of light. Yeah, that's not stupid after all, is it?
ゴッドネオスはデッキからネオスペーシアンを選択、除外することでそのモンスター効果を吸収。1体につき500ポイント攻撃力をアッ
And
プ
he'll
する。
send all of them.
さらに吸収したフレアスカラベの能力発動。
Oh
相
crap.
手フィールドのマジック。
Oh my god, and he filled his board up.
400ポイント攻撃力をアップ。
Can you get it to 10k? God, you should have got it to 10k just to flex more. Damn, he looks even better.
勇気10代、カードの誠を知り、魂の自由を知る者よ。だがたとえ我を倒そうと、我は真実の闇なり、いずれ再びこの世界に蘇る。
たとえそうだろうと、俺のいる限り、
Fair enough.
いや、俺たちデュエリストが自分の可能性を信じる限り、お前の出番はずっと先だぜ。
Okay. So it's like, yeah, you can't stop darkness from emerging, you know. It's not an enemy we can defeat necessarily, it's more just a concept we have to always be ready for. God damn, okay. That does make sense though, because obviously, like, stopping darkness could have irreparable damage to the universe. It is a concept of ours rather than anything we can physically defeat. So, all this, what this did was really reset a cycle that has to be rebirthed eventually, you know. One day, eventually, darkness will arise again, and then the next protagonist of their own story can defeat him, and then so on, and so on. And so eventually, you know, mankind has run its course until mankind is gone, and then there will be literally nothing to summon darkness again, and then the cycle will end for good. That makes sense as a final shot for that, for darkness, night shroud, all that good stuff. Chaz with the girls that neither one want him. Man, if you were gonna tease me in the outro of a 3-on-3 battle with these guys, you should have given me one in the actual show. I would love to see a 3-on-3. We've never had that in Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. That is crazy as a concept. So yeah, that concludes our final antagonist in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the Darkness. One that, you know, in theory anyway, is a character you can bring back at some point. Because this is only the second franchise of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that, you know, obviously, we're at, like, number 7 by now, I think. So, you know, we could bring him back at any point in the future if you want to. But I get the feeling this is a character that's long been forgotten to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because how often is it you would bring a character back like this, you know? But it was interesting, you know, that was a really cool ending. I had to parallel a bit of the OG series by summoning a god, the god of the Neospacians, which is kind of funny. And yeah, it was an interesting matchup, of course, you know, it brought a lot of expansions for both Yubel and Judai's characters, which was really cool to see. And yeah, as a final like duel, you know, like the final confliction, that was really cool to see. In general, though, now that we are done with the conflicts of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I do think that, like I said, if I do want to compare them to Duel Monsters, I think Duel Monsters does have the more superior villains in them. I just think that a majority of them are so charming in their own regard. You know, Pegasus, Marek, Yami Marek, Darts, and obviously like Yami Bakura and whatnot. They are really fun characters to see on screen and enjoy in their duels and as their personality. GX is good as well, but I think it's mostly just the main two. I think that Sartorius and Yubel are really good villains, and I do enjoy seeing them on screen. But, you know, like Kagimaru, Darkness, there's not much to them. You know, they're pretty basic. Kagimaru had no screen time before he even appeared in the actual Duel of the Sacred Beast match. And then Darkness is just a pretty basic, like, villain, you know, without any big motivations or anything. And then, you know, like, the henchmen... I mean, Sartorius didn't have any beyond just making, you know, the people that work for him henchmen. And the Shadow Riders are just kind of whatever in their own regard, aside from, like, Camula. But, yeah, if we're talking about that regard anyway, then Duel Monsters definitely had the better antagonists for the series and whatnot. But, even still, you know, I have still enjoyed this journey. It's kind of weird, right? Because we spent a lot of the time in GX surrounding the antagonist role of light. Like, the antagonist role has primarily been the light in this universe. It's been the light of destruction. It's been the light, you know, radiation shit that affected Yubel in Season 3. It was kind of an interesting parallel we had with Duel Monsters, where we had to go from fighting, like, the entity that represents darkness in Yu-Gi-Oh!, which was Zork and Yami Bakura, to GX, where we parallel that, and we have to literally fight the cosmic forces of light, the... you know, like the natural light of our universe that has become imbalanced, and we had to represent darkness for that. Was an interesting idea, so that's really cool, but it feels kind of strange that we ended off in Season 4 by going back to darkness, going back to more like protagonist roots, which is just representing light and goodness in general facing against darkness. So it is a weird idea, because I did like the parallel that Judai had to, you know, through his connection to Yubel, through just the natural, you know, through just the natural order that had to be, like, you know, that light had to be calmed down a little bit. I did like that Judai was a representation mostly of darkness in this series, but having the final, like, antagonist be darkness was kind of strange. Not that I'm not against it or anything, but I did think it was a bit strange to have that be, like, the big, climactic entity for the ending. But like I said at the start of this season, you know, I don't feel like we really had a necessarily long built-up antagonistic force for GX to really end its final season on, like Yami Bakura. You know, we did have Darkness and Night Shroud in Season 1 and Season 2, but only for a single duel each time, so the concept of him didn't even cross my mind when we got to this point, and then he wasn't in Season 3 at all, so... You know, it is a bit weird in that regard, but like I said, I guess technically it was an antagonist we hadn't really dealt with because we had no clear answer to stopping him or anything. So that is fine. That is fine to see. You know, and like we said, just the darkness in general being a concept, you know. GX is basically about fighting the forces of nature, finding the power in humanity to actually push back against Mother Nature, and we do get that with, you know, the light and the dark, so I guess technically, like, Judai's fought threats that are way more powerful than anything that, like, Yami Yuki fought, than what Atem fought, but yeah, it was just, it was interesting to see that. But yeah, guys, that was still cool, you know. Judai, after this, please invest in some background removal for fuck's sake. Heavy Storm would have cleared this game up so much quicker. And yeah, guys, we have reached it. You know, all the climactic battles in GX have been done now. All we have left is the graduation ceremony in GX, and then we are done. But two episodes without any dueling is going to be a lot for Yu-Gi-Oh! So I do imagine we'll get something involved in this. I don't know to what nature we'll get a final duel in there, but we are going to get one. And obviously I'm excited to see where we actually end off these characters, the big farewell and everything like that. It's going to be really cool to see. So guys, thank you for watching this. But we have one set left of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and we're done. And this long journey that's plagued me for, you know, a lot of years now is finally going to be concluded. I know that I did this all in the span of like 1 year recording-wise, and, you know, for patrons and whatnot, this will end off in less than a year. For YouTube uploads a little longer than that, but, you know, this journey of GX, you know, since stopping in the middle of season, or in between season 2 and season 3, like, we're at the end, and I'm finally putting a big chapter to close right here. So, guys, that's it for this video. Next time is the true finale of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I'm excited for it. Hope you guys are as well. Until then.